You think you're charming, do you? You think you just waltz in here with your fancy shoes and winning smile and the world rolls out the red carpet? Well, this ain't Hollywood, folks. And this is the Man of Thoughts. We're diving deep into the trenches of your mind, into the dark corners where your worst habits fester. We're going to shine a light on the sneaky little saboteurs that are quietly chipping away at your charm, leaving you high and dry. So buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get real uncomfortable. Let me tell you about this guy. We'll call him Greg. Greg's a decent guy, really. He's got a good heart, but there's something about him that just drains the life out of a room. Greg's the kind of fella who can't order a cup of coffee without a side of reassurance. He'll stand there holding up the line, asking the barista if she thinks he made the right choice. Does this shirt make me look fat? He'll ask himself that question a dozen times before leaving the house, trying on every shirt in his closet, seeking that perfect look. Do you think my jokes are funny? He'll crack a joke and then scan the room, desperate for a laugh and nod, any sign that he's been accepted. Did I do a good job? At work, he's constantly asking for feedback, needing to hear that he's doing well, that he's valued, constantly sucking the energy out of the room, desperate for a drop of validation. It's like he's got this invisible straw and he's just draining everyone around him. Now, everybody needs a little encouragement now and then, but Greg, he's a validation vampire. He can't function without it. It's like his lifeblood. He's traded his own self-worth for the fleeting approval of others. Every like, every comment on social media, it's like a hit of dopamine for him. And let me tell you something, folks, that's a recipe for disaster. When you rely on others to define your worth, you're building your house on sand. People can smell desperation a mile away. It's like a sixth sense. They can tell when you're not being genuine, when you're just fishing for compliments. It's like cheap cologne. It's overpowering and it sends them running in the opposite direction. You think you're making yourself more appealing, but really you're just pushing people away. You become so busy seeking approval, you forget to be yourself. And that, my friend, is a charisma killer. Authenticity is what draws people in, not this constant need for validation. So take a step back, Greg. Look in the mirror and see the person you are, not the person you think others want you to be. Only then will you break free from the chains of validation and truly shine. You ever met someone who's always their own worst critic? Someone who seems to have a knack for tearing themselves down at every opportunity? They wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and launch into a verbal assault on themselves. It's like a daily ritual, a routine they can't seem to break. Look at you, you're a mess. You're gonna fail. Nobody likes you. These harsh words echo in their mind, setting the tone for the rest of their day. It's like they're conducting a symphony of self-sabotage, and guess what? The audience can hear it loud and clear. Every note of self-doubt, every chord of insecurity, it all resonates. This constant negative self-talk, it's like a virus. It infects everything you do. It spreads through your thoughts, your actions, and even your interactions with others. You walk into a room with your shoulders slumped, head down, radiating insecurity. It's as if you're carrying the weight of your own harsh judgments on your back. You think people are going to be drawn to that? You think that kind of energy is inviting or appealing? You think that spells charm? Think again. People can sense your lack of confidence and it pushes them away. The most attractive quality a person can have is confidence, and you can't have confidence when you're too busy beating yourself up. Confidence comes from self-acceptance, from recognizing your worth and embracing it. Imagine starting your day with a different kind of symphony. One where you look in the mirror and say, I am capable, I am worthy, I am enough. This shift in mindset can transform your entire day, your interactions, and ultimately, your life. When you believe in yourself, others will too. So break free from the Self-Sabotage Symphony. Conduct a new tune, one of self-love and confidence. The world is waiting to hear your true melody. Now this next one, this is a real charmer killer. This is the Fault-Finding Fanatic. They walk into a room and it's like they've got X-ray vision for flaws. That picture's crooked, your hair's a mess. You used the wrong fork, constantly pointing out imperfections, judging every little thing. Listen, nobody's perfect, and spending your time nitpicking every little detail just makes you look small and insecure. It's exhausting to be around someone who's always on the lookout for what's wrong. Charm, real charm, comes from lifting people up, not tearing them down. It's about focusing on the good, the positive, the things that make people feel good about themselves. Let's talk about self-care, folks. It's a term that's thrown around a lot these days, but what does it really mean? I'm not talking about bubble baths and face masks, although those are nice too. They can be a part of it, sure, but self-care goes much deeper than that. I'm talking about respecting yourself enough to take care of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. It's about making choices that nurture your body, mind, and soul. Now, some folks, they think they can just power through, neglect their needs, and still expect to be the life of the party. They believe that pushing themselves to the limit is a badge of honor. They're running on fumes, fueled by caffeine and stress, and it shows. Their bodies are screaming for rest, but they just keep going, thinking they can outsmart their own biology. Their eyes are dull, their skin's a mess, and they've got this permanent "I'm about to lose it" expression etched on their face. It's a clear sign that something's got to give. Let me tell you something, folks. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you're not taking care of yourself, you won't have anything left to give to others. Neglecting yourself sends a clear message. You're not worth the time or effort. It's like telling yourself that your needs don't matter, that you're not important. And if you don't think you're worth it, why should anyone else? Self-care is about recognizing your own value and treating yourself with the kindness and respect you deserve. It's about setting boundaries, saying no when you need to, and making time for the things that bring you joy and peace. So, take a moment to reflect on how you're treating yourself. Are you giving yourself the care and attention you need? Or are you caught in the self-neglect shuffle, running on empty and wondering why you feel so drained? Remember, you are worth the effort. You deserve to be cared for by yourself and by others. Start today, make a change, and show yourself the love and respect you truly deserve. Last but not least, we've got the Insincerity Infection. This is the person who's all smiles and compliments 1 minute, then talks behind your back the next. They're masters of manipulation, telling you what you want to hear. But their actions always speak louder than their words. They're like chameleons, constantly changing colors to fit in. But underneath it all, there's no substance, no authenticity. And let me tell you something, folks. People can smell a phony a mile away. Authenticity is magnetic. It draws people in. When you're genuine, you create a space for real connection. And that's where true charm lies. Look, we all have our flaws. We all have those little habits that are holding us back. But the first step to fixing a problem is admitting you have one. So take a good hard look in the mirror and ask yourself, what am I doing that's sabotaging my own charm? Because let me tell you something, the world doesn't need another phony, another critic, another energy vampire. It needs your authentic self. It needs your kindness, your confidence, your genuine desire to connect. So ditch the bad habits, step into your power, and show the world what real charm looks like.